Good afternoon. This is All India Radio, and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the Midday News. The headlines. President Ramnath Kovind says technology can be a great enabler for speedy justice in the country. Industry bodies hail 8.2% GDP growth, say it augurs well for the entire current fiscal year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch India Post Payment Bank across the country today. India and Nepal sign MOU on preliminary survey of railway line between Raxaul and Kathmandu. And in Asian Games, India lift 2 more golds today. Boxer Amit Panghal bags yellow medal in the men's 49 kg category, and in bridge, Pranab Bardhan and Shivnath Sarkar win gold in men's pair event. President Ramnath Kovind has said that technology can be a great enabler for speedy justice in India. He was addressing a national conference organized by the Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association in New Delhi today. Mr. Kovind said a start was made in 2016 with the opening of India's first e-court in the High Court of Hyderabad, and since then the idea of e-courts has spread elsewhere. Expressing concern over the backlog of cases in courts, the President said Indian legal system is marked by long delays and there is a backlog of 3.3 crore cases in various courts of the country. Mr. Kovind said,
"There are many reasons for such delays. There are infrastructure gaps and considerable vacancies, particularly in subordinate courts. There is a culture of seeking adjournments as a norm rather than an exception. New thinking is gradually taking place on frequent adjournments. I have been told that the judiciary is making sincere efforts to curb this practice."
The President said judiciary is making efforts to curb this practice, and India's judiciary is respected across the world as an upholder of justice for the defenseless. He said in the past it has been observed that governments and government agencies themselves were party to many cases of litigation. He also commended the Government of India for making a sincere effort to reduce this number. The President said,
"Innovations such as evening courts and family courts and the concerted efforts made in the delivery of just speedy, fast-track judgments in cases of sexual crimes against women are also noteworthy."
Mr. Kovind said the Legal Information Management and Briefing System, LIMS, has been introduced as an online mechanism to monitor and streamline court cases and to reduce the government's own litigation. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Justice of India, Deepak Mishra, said that technology has the potential to boost productivity, quality and performance of the judiciary.
Firstly, we can use technological resource to strengthen our managerial and operational support. Secondly, technology can enhance quality of our work. Thirdly, technological resources like legal database can aid in strengthening the judicial research.
Industry bodies have said India's economic growth of 8.2% in the April to June quarter is an outcome of reforms undertaken by the government in the last 4 years. Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FICCI President Rashesh Shah said the double-digit growth in manufacturing comes on the back of a low base but does reflect the positive momentum already seen in some of the key lead indicators of economic activity. Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India, ASSOCHAM President Sandeep Jajodia said the first quarter GDP numbers augurs well for the entire current fiscal year. Commenting on the GDP growth data, PhD Chamber of Commerce President Anil Khaitan said the effect of dynamic reforms undertaken by the government is becoming visible. Earlier, the Finance Ministry exuded confidence that the economy could exceed the estimated 7.5% growth in the current fiscal, attributing the high quarterly performance to reforms and fiscal prudence. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said that India's GDP for the first quarter of this year growing at 8.2% in an environment of global turmoil represents the potential of new India. Economic Affairs Secretary S.C. Garg said that manufacturing sector grew by 13.5%, which signals very good turnaround in the sector. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch the India Post Payments Bank IPPB at the Talkatore Stadium in New Delhi today. IPPB has been envisioned as an accessible, affordable and trusted bank for the common man to help speedily achieve financial inclusion. It will leverage the vast network of the Department of Posts, which covers every corner of the country with more than 3 lakh postmen and Grameen Dak Sevaks. Our correspondent reports that all the 1,55,000 post offices in the country will be linked to the IPPB system by the 31st of December this year.
The launch of the India Post Payments Bank marks another significant milestone in the government's endeavor to take the benefits of rapidly developing India to the remotest corners of the country. On the day of the launch, IPPB will have 650 branches and 3,250 access points spread across the country. The launch events will be held simultaneously at these branches and access points. The bank will offer a range of products such as savings and current accounts, money transfer, bill and utility payments, and merchant payments. With Dipendra Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
In Jammu and Kashmir, elections to municipal bodies and panchayats have been announced. The State Administrative Council said elections to municipal bodies will be conducted in 4 phases between 1st and 5th of next month. Panchayat elections will be conducted in 8 phases between 8th of November and 4th of December. Chief Electoral Officer has been asked to adjust the schedules keeping in view security, operational and the polling requirements. The Council also decided to grant 1 month's extra salary to the staff engaged in the conduct of elections besides insurance cover. Earlier, the Council chaired by Governor Satyapal Malik extensively deliberated upon all aspects and feedback from Departments of Housing and Urban Development, Rural Development and Panchayati Raj and Home. Chief Election Commissioner O.P. Rawat today said arrangements will be made for webcasting of polling in the Maoist-affected areas of Chhattisgarh in the coming assembly elections. Talking to reporters in Raipur after a 2-day visit to the poll-bound state, he said the webcasting facility will be provided at all those places where internet connectivity is available. This would help monitoring at all levels for the smooth conduct of the elections. In Tamil Nadu, 7 people, including 2 women, were killed and 30 others injured when 2 buses collided head-on in the wee hours on the outskirts of Salem. The incident occurred when a speeding bus proceeding towards Krishnagiri collided with another bus coming from the opposite direction. The injured persons have been admitted to a hospital in Salem. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. India and Nepal have signed a Memorandum of Understanding on preliminary engineering-cum-traffic survey on broad gauge rail line between Raxaul and Kathmandu. Indian Ambassador to Nepal, Manjeet Singh Puri, and Nepal's Secretary of Ministry of Physical Planning and Works, Madhusudan Adhikari, signed the MOU in Kathmandu last evening in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Nepal's Prime Minister KP Sharma Ole. India and Nepal had agreed in April this year to construct a new electrified rail line with India's financial support, connecting the border city of Raxaul in India to Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal. Konkan Railway Corporation Limited has been entrusted with the conduct of a preliminary engineering-cum-traffic survey of the new rail line in consultation with the government of Nepal. The Raxaul-Kathmandu rail line is expected to expand connectivity by enhancing people-to-people linkages between the two countries and promoting economic growth and development. In Sikkim, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana is opening up new opportunities for youth who want to start or expand their businesses. Over 8,000 youth have availed the benefits of the scheme in the state so far. The flagship scheme of the central government was launched in 2015 to fund the unfunded by providing loans of up to 10 lakh rupees to small and micro enterprises and thus bringing them into the formal financial system. Here is the ground report from our Gangtok correspondent.
The tourism sector in the state is getting maximum benefits of Mudra scheme as most of its beneficiaries are owners of tourist vehicles and restaurants. The Deputy Manager SBI Lead Bank, Chering Dhonten Bhutia, elaborated that the maximum loan under the scheme is being provided to Mudra beneficiaries for buying tourist vehicles. He informed that over 80 crores of amount has been disbursed so far under the scheme. A local businessman, Ganesh Karki, who runs a mini grocery market in Gangtok, said that he availed a Mudra loan of 8 lakh recently to develop his departmental store. He is now a successful entrepreneur.
मैं गैंगटोक में रहता हूँ, डिपार्टमेंटल स्टोर चलाता हूँ। वो डिपार्टमेंटल स्टोर मैंने भारत सरकार की मुद्रा योजना की मदद से खोली है। उसमें नॉर्मली ग्रोसरी आइटम्स है और अभी स्टार्ट करना बाकी है। अभी उसमें काम कर रहे हैं कि ऑर्गेनिक वेजिटेबल्स, वो सिक्किम में जो उत्पाद होता है। फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन का मोटिव वही होना चाहिए कि पब्लिक के जीवन स्तर कैसे ऊपर आए।
The efforts are also being made on creating scheme-related awareness, training and skill development to encourage beneficiaries in Sikkim. Ajit Singh, AIR News, Gangtok.
In international news, Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega has ordered a team from the UN Commission for Human Rights to leave. The expulsion comes days after a critical report into human rights in Nicaragua during months of anti-government protests. However, the chief of the UN mission, J. Fernandez, said his team would continue to monitor the situation from abroad. More than 300 people were killed during the recent political unrest. The report released on Wednesday called on the government to stop the persecution of protesters and disarm masked gangs allegedly responsible for killings and arbitrary detentions. UN Chief Antonio Guterres has expressed regret over the U.S. decision to withdraw funding to the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees. He urged other countries to help fill the financial gap. His remarks came after the U.S. decided to stop funding to the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees in the Near East, UNRWA. UNRWA has a strong record of providing high-quality education, health and other essential services to Palestine refugees who are in great need. The U.S. has traditionally been the largest single contributor to UNRWA. And now news from the 18th Asian Games.
In the Asian Games, India lifted 2 gold today, one in boxing and the other in bridge event, taking the gold tally to 15. Amit Panghal of India has won the gold in boxing in the men's light flyweight 49kg category. He defeated Dusmatov Hasanbhai of Uzbekistan, the gold medal winner of the Rio Olympics.
गोल्ड भारत के नाम अमित ने कमाल कर दिया लेफ्ट जैब राइट हुक कॉम्बिनेशन फुटवर्क डोमिनेशन सब कुछ अमित के नाम gold अमित के नाम
India had 5 finalists in 2010 games but none in men's competition in 2014 games. Amit Panghal was the lone boxer left in the fray and he rose to the occasion. In bridge men's pair event, Pranab Bardhan and Shibnath Sarkar won the yellow medal. India finished top of the table with 384 points. They defeated the Chinese pair by 6 points. With these 2 gold, India contingent with 67 medals in their kitty comprising 15 gold, 23 silver and 29 bronze. China leads the medal tally followed by Japan. India ends their men's hockey campaign by playing a bronze medal match against arch rival Pakistan today. All India Radio will broadcast off-tube commentary on the match from 3:55 p.m. onwards. The broadcast will be in addition to off-tube commentary by All India Radio on the final of men's hockey match between Malaysia and Japan today. Swati Rakheja, Sports Desk.
And in cricket, England will resume their second innings at 6 for no loss on the third day of the 4th test against India at Southampton. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. President Ramnath Kovind says technology can be a great enabler for speedy justice in the country. Industry bodies hail 8.2% GDP growth, say it augurs well for the entire current fiscal year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch India Post Payment Bank across the country today. India and Nepal sign MOU on preliminary survey of railway line between Raxaul and Kathmandu. And in Asian Games, India lifted 2 more gold today. Boxer Amit Panghal bagged yellow medal in the men's 49 kg category, and in bridge, Pranab Bardhan and Shibnath Sarkar win gold in men's pair event. And with that, we end the Midday News.